the box, Samir Diamond. Yandy's here.
What's happening?
I feel like you can go by one name. People say Yandy, they automatically know who I'm talking to.
As they should.
But it's Yandy Smith Harris.
It's Yandy Smith Harris.
How you doing?
I'm good.
You're gonna
Feels good to be here.
Is this your first time in Houston?
Oh, no, not at all. I've done a lot of business, got a lot of money out here in Houston back in my day.
Now, I kind of, sort of ran into you, but I didn't want to, like, speak to you because a lot of people were surrounding you.
You didn't want to speak to me?
Yeah, because you were, like...
That is rude,
no,
sir.
You had a lot going on. I figured that I would get to meet you eventually.
Where and
But
when?
this was in October at the Million Man March.
Oh,
so you know how many people were out there.
With my husband and my baby boy.
Yes, it was crazy. And everybody was surrounding you, so I was just like, I'll get to see her
you should have
another
said,
time.
hey, from Houston.
But you were taking pictures with everybody.
Yeah.
You're a people person.
Yeah, I am. I am.
What was your experience like out there for the Million Man March?
You know, it was incredible to see that many people united that looked like me. Even some that didn't look like me for a cause. And it was really good that I had the boys there. They got to see that, you know, that's why I did it. That's why I was so involved with the movement and even with the justice reform. All of that stuff is dear to my heart because I got little boys that got to grow up in this world. Even my little girls, you know. When there's Sandra Bland's out there, it makes me very, very fearful for, or when there are no more Sandra Bland's out there, it makes me very fearful for the future. And I felt like I don't want to sit back and be scared. I'd rather be scared and do something and hope that I can help change something.
Were you upset? Because a lot of people were upset that it wasn't covered as much as we thought that it should be covered on like national TV. Did you have that same reaction, or did you think that that's how it would be?
I thought that's how it would be. You know, there's so many politics that go into different things. I definitely thought that's how it would be. Is it upsetting? Yeah, but it was expected. And I think that there was still an amazing turnout with the lack of promotion, and I think that just shows how powerful we can be if we really commit to something. What I do wish is that there was more of an aftermath. I do wish that the conversation didn't stop there, you know? I feel like if there are conversations going on, I'm not hearing them. They're not getting to me. I know a record just dropped. I know about that new Drake, that new Rihanna.
Exactly.
I know about that. But I don't know about what initiatives are being taken to really change the future. I'm not going to get all preachy on you because I know...
I already got the chills right now. You were speaking to me just then.
I can get real preachy, but I'm not going to get too preachy because that's something that's very dear to my heart. I know a lot of you guys know my personal story from watching the show. And, you know, we got to take care of our men. We got to take care of our boys because no one else will.
And you have a LGBT fan base.
Really? I love that. I love that. I love it.
Do you think that...
I get on my quick comebacks. Don't mess that mouth.
Exactly.
That mouth on them. Something else. Thank you. Thank you for all my comebacks and green screens. I got them from you. I'm giving credit when credit is due.
Do you think that it's been, since you are on Love and Hip Hop New York, do you think that hip hop has accepted it yet?
I don't know. You know, I have yet to hear someone come out and really be accepted and blow up once they say they are a part of that community. It's sad. The world is changing, and I would want to hope that the world is more accepting, but I don't see the proof, you know. I kind of feel like once, I believe Frank Ocean.
I think he said bisexual.
Okay. Well,
some people have a problem with that.
Well, you know, I don't even mean to. I'm not trying to put anyone on black.
No,
we got to make sure it was him. But after that came out, it kind of felt like he fell off the face of the earth. And that's sad. You know, he's so super talented. And I feel like who you decide to lay with, who you're attracted to, does not stop your talent or prevent you from being amazing. And I just wish we appreciate people for who they are and their talents. That's why they're on the radio. That's why they're making music. It's not about who you go to bed with, you know? So it's unfortunate, and I hope that
you have some kind of initiative with girls or young girls?
I do. How could I forget that? Everything Girls Love is my lifestyle brand that I created. And we're getting ready to have a huge Glee, we call it Glee Weekend, which stands for Girls Love Event. and we have a plethora of panels, different speakers coming to talk to you about everything you want to know, as far as the business, as far as the balancing act, as far as hustlepreneur and being a businesswoman in the entertainment realm, so much. Then we have our big boot camp for all those ladies that want to get in shape. We have a dance class. We have a lot that we're doing, and it's called Glee Weekend, and I'm super excited about that. You guys can follow everythinggirlslove.com to get more information, but it's going to be a fully enrichful weekend. You should absolutely be a part of it if you're in New York or going to be in New York.
I want to know how, okay, I don't know if you're going to get upset with me on this.
I don't get upset often.
Because I don't watch Love and Hip Hop like that.
No,
anymore.
I'm not upset.
And it's because a lot of the times, it's a lot of ratchetness. But I know with you represent for the classy people. So I hear a lot of times that it's hard to be on reality television if you not ratchet. You basically have to turn it up or you're going to get cut. How are you able to keep control of yourself?
I was very, very focused in my mission when I decided to join the show. I didn't go out and audition. They came and recruited me. And I was very clear with, I'm not here to be a star. I'm not here to be the next breakout superwoman. I'm going to be me, and I'm going to stay true to who I am. I'm going to stay true to my morals. And if the world likes it, great. I love it. If they don't, I'm not going to change who I am. And I think some of the characters that do not have the most longevity is they get on TV and they make up this facade of who they think they are. If you've been this all your life, for the past 10 years, you've been a car salesman. Don't come on TV talking about you manage artists, because you don't. You sell cars. People got to believe you to want to buy into who you are. So my resume pretty much spoke for itself before I got on TV. And then I stayed who I was before TV, during TV, and when TV is over, I'm going to be me. And I think that's what helped in me having longevity on this show. I think people appreciate the genuineness of who I am. I'm not trying to be nobody but me.
Was it what you expected? Did you think that it was going to be something else, either for the good or for the bad?
I never expected to be in it this long. And honestly, when I was asked to do it, I was like, nobody's going to like me. I'm not even fly. I don't do my nails. I don't get my hair done. I don't dress super fly. I just thought, I'm looking at, all the people out there that I was looking at Evelyn. She was fly on Basketball Wives. I'm looking at, Atlanta Housewives, and Nene was doing her thing. And back then was when Lisa Wu. And I'm like, these girls are fly. Look at their houses. Look at their homes. I'm just a regular old, and Cardi B voice, regular schmegular girl from Harlem. So I didn't feel like I was going to fit in the TV space, because I know that people buy into this lifestyle. And it was a lifestyle that I didn't have. Even if I could afford it, I wasn't spending my money on Bentleys and mansions, and no. So I didn't think that anyone would really care about me, because people buy into the look.
Obviously, that's what they were able to relate to.
Maybe. Because I haven't figured out why I've had such longevity. And all I could say is maybe people just appreciate some sort of normalcy. I don't know. Everyone doesn't wake up and come out, their hair done up, the makeup on all the time. You catch me in the supermarket, you might see me with a scarf on my head. You might see me with my pajama pants on, a ripped up wife beater. It just is what it is.
Is the show scripted?
No, not at all. You think I was scripted? I wish my life was scripted on that show.
I gotta ask. Everybody thinks it does.
He's not really in there. He's really home. My son didn't really have surgery. That was a lie. Please, the stuff that I put on that show is stuff that I wish was scripted. My tears, I ain't that much of an actress. I wish it was scripted. That would make my life so much better if it was scripted.
So, are you gonna be on the next season of Love and Hip Hop New York?
I said something a second ago that I was taping, and I feel like I'm violating something in my contract, because we're not. I was taping a movie. We'll say that. But I'm not supposed to say if I'm on the next season, but guys, tune in. There's some great people that's on the show this season.
Got you.
One of them has light green eyes and black hair.
Is one of them wearing all white right now?
I don't know what color she wearing. I don't know. You ain't having me violate no contract. I need them checks.
What's gonna be the next city for Love and Hip Hop?
I don't know that they've mentioned that. Stop trying to get me in trouble.
I tried.
Stop trying it. You're trying to have me lose my contract.
If you could pick a city, which city would you pick?
I would say Houston. Y'all get it crunk out here.
H-Town. Yes, we do.
For sure.
Now, is there a certain do you think there's a certain formula? Like, do we have to know the artist Or should it be up and coming artists that we don't really know?
I think it's always good when there's a recognizable face, you know, so people will want to tune in. Mm-hmm. And then I also think it's dope to see the transition from someone that before TV that's trying to get there, then you get on TV, you have a record that releases. I think that's dope too. Kind of like, you know, people knew Bianca from back in the day with Chicken Noodle Soup, but when she was on the show, when she was busting down those showcases and winning them all, now when I release a record, you know, it goes crazy.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about Bianca, because she's about to call in. She has I'm assuming she has a new song?
She has a few new songs on her SoundCloud and on iTunes, and the music is crazy. We've been on a slight little promo tour, been spending my money, because right now I haven't signed her to a label yet, but we went down to South Carolina, North Carolina, Atlanta, Miami. Everywhere we go, we play the record, and the DJs are going crazy. They love the music. So I can't wait to play it for you, Houston. I hope you guys like it. Make sure you're honest with me.
We will be. Did you find her, or did she find you?
Bianca has been looking for me for years. The first time she reached out to me, I was on tour with Missy, and I was just too crazy. So I was like, I can't take on a new client right now. And then she reached out to me again and set up a studio session, and she always tells a story about how she used her last $400 on a studio session, and I missed it and I didn't show up, and she waited for me for 4 hours. So I'm in debt to her. That's why I can spend my money on her now, because I owe her for that. And then once we got casted on the show together, it was just natural for me to get in the studio with her. And I was like, whoa. From the first time I went in the studio with her on the show, I was like, I love this. Let me see what you can do at this showcase. She went at the showcase, bodied it. So once she did that, and then I put her on another showcase, bodied it again. I was like, oh, this is easy.
So what's your relationship, or what was your relationship like with Jim Jones? Did you manage him too?
Yeah, I managed Jim, and then got him on Love and Hip Hop. And that came to, actually, I managed him for a long time. I managed him for about 8 years. And then we came to a halt, an abrupt stop, probably right around second season of the show. Because of Chrissy? I plead the fifth. You know what? I can't say on his side what led to some of his actions, but I quit because I felt like it was time for me to move on and do other things. I felt like it was time for me to expand, to grow, and I really couldn't do that in the space I was in with them. So that was why I decided to leave.
I have some questions from your fans.
Okay.
Can we, can I ask you something?
Of course. All
right, this is from Instagram. The first one's from I Am Alicia J. She says, thank you so much for sharing your story with us, and how have you been holding up since Mendeecees got sentenced to prison?
What's up, Alicia girl? Thank you for your question. I think I've been holding up okay. You know, it's hard to say for real, because I keep myself so super busy that I haven't had time to really focus on the fact that I am a single mother now, raising some beautiful babies, and seeing my husband, you know, once a week versus every day, all day. It's something that I'm still transitioning in. My anniversary was 2 days ago. So that was kind of hard. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to you. That was kind of hard to celebrate that by myself. But thank God for good friends and still working. I didn't have to focus on it by myself for too long.
So when's the last time that you got to visit him or talk to him?
Friday. I see him, and I'm going, because I'm here, I'm not there today, but I'll be there Sunday.
Gotcha.
So he has visitation Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I make it my business to see him one of those days, so the kids can, you know, see their dad every week. My kids just think dad's at work.
Now, what about little Mendeecees? Does he get to go visit him, or?
You guys have to tune in for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil nothing.
Jay Wiggins 2 says, I absolutely love Yandy Smith. What advice would you give to other women who may be in similar situations where the father has been removed from the home due to incarceration?
You know, it's to each his own, and kind of what you feel like works for you and your household. I know the stance that I take, that I want my children to see their father every week, or even that I have the flexibility to go drive 3 hours every week. That's the life I can live. Everyone might not be able to do that, but I think it's really important to still keep dad a part of the household. So when my son gets up and he's using his father's favorite color wash. I'm like, you gonna use dad's washcloth? You know that's dad's washcloth. And then he wants to get in my bed, and I'm like, that's dad's side of the bed. Get out of dad. Dad's gonna get mad at you. So he's always like, oh, daddy's gonna get mad. So when his dad calls, he's like, daddy, I was on your side of the bed last night. You know, and then in my house, I have this huge picture of us at our wedding. And when I walk by, my daughter, she's just starting to talk. She says, daddy. So she knows, like, daddy. And it's very important for me to keep my children always feeling like daddy's a part of this house. And even from my husband's side, you know, if I'm putting Amir in a new school, or I'm getting Amir involved in a Gap audition, I'm like, Dad, do you mind if, you know, I put the kids in the business? Dad, I make sure that I include him as well, so that we still a family.
I'm looking around because you said my name, Amir. I didn't know that your son's name was
My son's
Amir.
name is Amir.
Yes, Prince.
Prince, exactly.
How does he spell his?
Well,
his
we
name?
spell it a little different. I know you probably don't spell yours like this. I spell it Omere.
Okay. That's
And the
cool.
reason why I spell it like that is because I kind of wanted to be ambiguous. I didn't want people to necessarily associate him with one religion or one race. So they don't know if it's Amir, if it's Amadi, or Amir. But it's Amir.
Tammy the Tiger wants to know, does the TV show interfere with your relationship?
What's up, Tammy? Oh, absolutely. I mean, not negatively, but it absolutely interferes when you got to deal with every opinion, every comment. We don't let it change the path. We don't let it affect us. But it interferes. I'd be like, Miss Susie from such and such hit me and said she got pictures of you in her hotel. Where they at, Susie? Send them over. So we get stuff like that all the time, where it's just like random people just saying all kind of crazy. He would get texts like, oh, I'm with Yandy right now, and I'll be laying right next to him. Somebody, random person on Instagram saying stuff. It just happens. People they hate love, man. They really do.
Do you ever like clap back at them, or do you?
You know what?
Stay far away.
Sometimes.
You can't help it, right?
You can't help it, especially when they talk about your kids, or for me, if you talk about my man, it's hard. But those it's really, literally the trolls. They say the weirdest, most craziest stuff when you know that they're looking for a response, and sometimes you just gotta shut it down. Especially when other people chime in, it's like, oh, let me shut this person down. Then I gotta end up on Shade Room,
TMZ, Baller Alert,
all that. So. Yeah, I try to refrain as much as I can.
This one's from Creole Barbe. Were you aware that your husband could be facing charges before you decided to accept his engagement and start a family? These are some real, like, journalists right now.
Was I aware of... No, by the time we got engaged, the indictment didn't come yet. So it came right after. So, it doesn't matter. If it came before, I still would have married him.
And then last question from one of your fans. It's Ike. He wants to know, do you have ugly feet?
Why would you
I don't know where that question come from.
Oh my goodness. I don't want to be truthful with that one. Like, you might not like me no more.
It's Yandy.
No, let me clear. My feet are not ugly. They're not ugly. I would say they're neglected. They're not ugly. My toes are cute.
That might be worse.
My feet are cute, but they're neglected. I don't do lotion on my feet all the time. Pedicures be like once every 2 months. So you already know. Sorry, I'm busy.
It's Yandy Smith Harris. Where can we find you on social media?
Oh, I keep things pretty simple. The name I get checks in, Yandy Smith Everything. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Periscope, Yandy Smith. And
you got a lot going on that's good for you. A lot of positive things going on. Out of anything in the world, what's one thing that you want to do that you have not done yet?
Ooh, I don't know if I've been asked that question before. One thing in the world that I want to do that I have not done yet, besides meet Oprah, I would love to host. I host this conference every year. It's called the Glee Weekend, like I told you. We've consistently had about 1,000 women come out. I would love to host an event that has 25,000 women out, that have 50,000 women out, where I can really spread my reach and empower the masses. That would be my dream. That would be my goal.
It's coming soon.
I can't wait.
Speak things into existence.
I cannot wait. That would be something that I would just fall down on my knees and not that I don't thank God for everything else, but that is something that's been a dream of mine.
Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Yandy Smith Harris is 97 on the box.